I'm Tyffani Sedgwick, and I am a Windsor resident here to show you how to make a spicy ramen that I make on weeknights for my family. So it starts when we kind of heat up the pot here. I put in probably, I don't ever measure this, but I put in probably a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I keep it in my fancy container. Then the first thing is, this is about a half of an onion, or if you just had a small white or yellow onion, I just chop it up. Put it in there. We happen to have about a half cup of some cherry tomatoes that I chopped up, but you could also use a Roma tomato or whatever you have laying around the house. So you hear that sizzling, you want to make sure that you start with a hot pot. You want your oil really hot for this because you are sauteing. Next thing we're going to do, this is about 3 cloves of garlic that I've chopped up. And then we'll do about a tablespoon of some fresh ginger root. Now you can get ginger root frozen in jars and whatever's easy for you. I usually just chop it up and keep it in a jar in the fridge. And then we're going to let this saute some more. And the only other thing I'm going to season with it right now is a little bit of salt. And this is just kind of to taste, and then a little pepper. We can always season along the way. This is looking good. Okay. So with the vegetables pretty well underway and getting all good and caramelized and releasing their flavor, I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. You can just use store-bought for this because you're going to spice it up really good, but if you happen to have some homemade, that's always better, but that's what we're using today. So now I'm going to do a tablespoon of each of these ingredients. A tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, some sesame oil that can be toasted or just the traditional. The spiciness comes from the sriracha sauce. And then we've got some soy sauce to add a little bit of umami and saltiness in there. So the broth here that we've made all spicy and yummy has been simmering for about 20 minutes. You could even let it go to 30 if you wanted to go run off and throw a load of laundry in. Then what I do is any leftover kind of meats. Typically I use chicken. We eat a lot of chicken around here. You could do shrimp, pork, you could do beef. So I just kind of throw this in to cook. And then any leftover vegetables. I love spinach. I love spinach in this soup, but we've used zucchini. Any kind of leftover vegetable that you think would be great in this. Some roasted red peppers are great. Then I have shrooms, mushrooms. Love mushrooms. And then the fun part. So I just took the ramen noodles. I throw away the packet that your doctor doesn't like anyway. We've made this broth a lot healthier. And now we're gonna cook this until the ramen noodles are good and stringy and ready to eat. The final thing that I do is I like to put a poached egg into this, and there's already some rice wine vinegar which helps the egg white coagulate a little bit. So I pop it in right there, and we're just gonna wait probably about 2 minutes for it to poach fully, and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, our egg is cooked. Everything's ready to go. I'm just going to ladle this into a bowl. Use my noodle getter here. And then I like to garnish it with some green onion and some chopped cilantro. You could add more sriracha if it's not spicy enough for you. And I take my chopsticks and we're ready to slurp away. This is our weeknight ramen. Hope you enjoy.